Hello, this
Hi.
is part of the discourse. It is May 24th, 2021. I am Erica coming to you from Brooklyn. This is Nicole coming to you from Madrid, Spain. How is it there? Hi, how are
Hi.
you?
Weather-wise, I'll give you the temperature. The temperature is 73 degrees. That's it. I have nothing else to say about how it
And
is.
how is your mental state?
It's pretty good. I had a breakdown this morning, a little breakdown. Um, it made me think about neighbors, and I wanted to ask you because I always forget how many neighbors do you have where you are?
Well, I'm in a 3-floor limestone building. So, and it's a full thing. So there's Ronnie's mom lives below us, and then there's a family above us. There's the dentist's office to the left, and on the other side is a apartment building that has about probably 24 units.
But how, like, do you come into contact with people leaving, like entering your building?
Just the family
Okay, so,
upstairs.
yeah, barely anybody. That's how it was when I lived in Queens. I had like one neighbor. That was it. Okay, because we have 7 floors, 4 units on each floor. I'm on the 6th floor. I know who my neighbors are and I say hi, but I'm not like friends with any of them. But today, Eduardo comes out of the elevator after he dropped the kids off and he comes in the house and he says, I hope you're not going anywhere because there is a giant puddle of piss in the elevator, clearly made by a dog, of course. But we know that the only dogs in this building, there's 2 really big dogs in this building. One belongs to the people across from us. The other is like a giant German Shepherd that's on the ground floor, would never go in the elevator because they're just, they go in and out. So we already pointed the finger, right? Stunk. The place just stunk. So of course I was like, fuck them. Who doesn't clean it? And Eduardo's more like, give people a chance. There's probably an explanation. They probably were on their way out. They went to work. They'll clean it. Where I'm just like, no. You know what? Then you should allow yourself more time before you run out the door. And you certainly don't leave it like that. But anyway, I had to leave and I had to go shopping. So I went shopping and came back and had to put my cart in this puddle of piss because there was no way of getting up and down the steps with all this shit. So I get in the house and I'm unpacking, cleaning the wheels of my cart. It was disgusting. And I hear the people across the street finally come out. This is like 3 hours after the fact. And the woman comes out with one paper towel. And I'm looking at this through the peephole. I've become that old woman that's like, what's going on? She has one paper towel and she's telling her daughter, who's 20 years old, however old she is, make sure you clean the wet spots. And I'm like, the wet spots? How are you going to absorb that with one paper towel? The girl cursed at her mother. They left, and that was the end of that. But I was like, fuck them, and you know what? Fuck the people next door too, because their dog shit one day, and Eduardo was like, yeah, but they cleaned it. I'm like, nah, took them too long to clean it. You clean that right away. If somebody, am I overreacting? Am I getting too angry about?
No, I think that's the irresponsibility of a pet owner. That's why I was so reluctant to be a pet owner, because of the responsibility. Like, you have. It reminds me of this show that we watched. It was called It's Bruno. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, you told
With the dogs, and it's all these scenarios of just people behaving bad with their dogs, and you can't, for example, go out without bags on your leash. Like, we have like a thing attached to the leash. Like I don't go out of the house without a bag.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't. Now, also, I'm very lucky that we adopted a dog that's completely trained and hasn't had an accident. But when that happens, you have to, I mean, come on. You kind of have to, especially when you live in a building with a lot of people like that, you have to clean up after yourself. That's
Yeah. I don't care how
disgusting.
much time, what rush they were in. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's disgusting. It's not, yeah. Um,
Okay, so glad you say that because you're a dog owner and you agree with me.
yeah, yeah, you can't, yeah.
So I was
I mean, you gotta pick up the dog shit. You gotta pick up the, like I see people with their leashes and there's no, where's your bag? Do you
Yeah.
have the bag in your pocket? I hope so,
But I called him to tell him that they came out to like clean it
with one.
with one thing, and he's like, "Well, see, I told you, you have to have faith in people a little bit." But and my message was just, I was like ranting. I was like, she came out with one thing, and by the way, she's too old to be living at home. I just went on a whole had nothing to do with the dog. I was just like, why is she still living at home? Like the daughter.
We've got bigger questions here. We've got bigger problems.
While we're trashing them, let's just rip them apart. Anyway, that's my big story of the day, the piss in the elevator. But let's hear about your weekend and what are you up to?
Well, Memorial Day weekend is coming up, so everybody is really getting ready for the summer. And yesterday it was 92 degrees or something like that. It was really hot. It kind of broke a little. It's not as hot today, but the weekend was really hot. I was completely uncomfortable. I got taken to an outdoor comic book convention on Saturday. That wasn't too much fun, but I went and I experienced it. It was, the Williamsburg kind of area, that North Brooklyn area, and they would have those like flea things out on the barges,
Yeah.
like that area, and it was all socially distanced or whatever,
And
costumes and stuff.
did you get sunburned?
I know the sun's behind me, or I don't think so, but I felt like I was. My forehead felt like it was burning. And then yesterday I got hired to shoot a graduation party in Staten Island, and that was fun. It was really beautiful to see a family gather for this girl, a friend of a friend, and she graduated from St. John's University, summa cum laude. So it was really nice to see this family, be able to get together. I guess everybody had been vaccinated. At some point, Ronnie came over to me because Ronnie was also invited. So I made him be my assistant, my B-roll.
Mm-hmm.
But he was having fun. We knew a couple of the people that were there. And he said, you're the only one with your mask still on.
Oh, really?
I was the only one.
These were friends of friends, so you actually didn't know these people that you were filming?
We knew, like the table that we were sitting at, we knew them, and it was this family's, the daughter and her family. We knew we knew the father of the graduate.
Oh, okay.
So, it was nice. I don't really have anything like, I mean, of course I get sat next to a lady who starts telling me her life story, but that always happens, right?
You always get that. I mean, not even on the trip out there. That's like a trip. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
not from Bay Ridge.
yeah, I guess you're right, but it's still
It was It was like a 20-minute drive from our house, maybe 15, 20-minute
Oh,
drive.
I didn't realize that you drove there. That's what I didn't realize.
Yeah, we're right. The Verrazano's
I
like
always forget that you have the car. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
couldn't
I
take the
was
dog.
imagining you like, taking all the transportation to get there. Okay, never mind then. Yeah.
No way.
Because then you would have had some things to tell me, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh. I have my assistant editor of the magazine lives in Staten Island, and she would tell me these roundabout ways she'd have to get to North Brooklyn
Mhm.
with just like 3 different modes of transportation. And that's one thing 2 years ago, but now it's like it just is like a daunting thing, It's you get in the car to go someplace to be around people. Okay. I felt like I was keeping my distance from everybody a lot, but
So how long were you out there for?
just a few hours. I shot like 500 photos. I have a lot of editing to do today. I'm I like to capture moments. I don't, the staged photos aren't necessarily, I kind of don't focus on them. So I had to really make sure that I was focused on getting these moments for her with people and all the like yeah, she had a really big setup, like a table for her presents and stuff. And there were little bottles of this like sparkling wine that were like the gifts for everybody, like party favors or
Yeah.
whatever. And I guess the brand is like what the Kardashians drink.
Uh-huh. Was that made known to you, or you knew this going in?
I was told that it was spoken about multiple times during the day. Yeah, she it was a Staten Island, party. It was
Par for the course.
par for the discourse. What else? Yeah, that was it was really nice. It was a really nice to see all these family. I felt like a lot of these family members had not seen each other, and because they're able to get together again, it was really beautiful. So I think I did a good job in capturing the day for them. All right. Saturday Night Live, they had their finale on Saturday. That was good. Did you happen to catch it?
No, I'm gonna watch it, some of it later. But I mean, I did see like little highlights. There was a joke that Pete Davidson said, but he actually said out loud that Lorne Michaels wrote the joke. You know what that was about? Yeah.
Yeah.
I laughed at that because I thought, yeah, I haven't been so excited about this show for the past 2 decades, but it was also funny him coming out and saying that because he's on the show and
I mean, Lauren's got to be able to laugh at himself, right? Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like an ouch. Yeah, the weekend update's always, my favorite. It was really good. They did a good job with it.
Yeah, that was on the weekend update, right?
What else? Oh, the Michael Che show. He was on Howard talking about the show. That was really good interview. I didn't know he had such a visual arts background before he started doing stand-up. He was an art kid.
Okay, no, I didn't know that either.
So it was an interesting interview. And I don't know, I'm out of things to say, Nicole.
Are you gonna watch Mar?
I did.
Don't tell me because I'm watching it tonight.
Okay, and then the finale's next week.
Yeah, what's that? That's barely any episodes then, no? It's like 6.
Well, a lot happened last night, okay?
All right. I'm just saying it's not a lot of episodes.
What do you mean, like just the total of?
Yeah, for a season.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, I sometimes think the script for these things is supposed to be a movie. Like, okay, here's a beginning, middle, and end. This is, a movie script. And then they go, oh, can you break it into 6 episodes and turn it into a show? Like sometimes that's how it feels. Because this feels like a movie.
Everything I've been reading though, and just when you look back on the past year, everything is a reboot. It's like makes you wonder, are people running out of ideas, or are they just like, well, that was successful in the 80s, let's do that again? Like, it's getting a little ridiculous, no?
Yeah.
Or even like Dexter, I was thinking about that, like Dexter's coming out. I mean, okay, you guys fucked up the ending. Do we really need to like go back and redo this thing now? I mean,
I guess they felt that they needed to.
nobody cares anymore.
Well, didn't you feel like at the end of it though that it was that of course he's not dead. There's gonna be didn't you feel like that there would
Yeah.
be something else later?
But I didn't believe in the ending. I didn't really like
Yeah.
any of that. I don't think anyone did. That's the whole reason they're redoing it. And now I've read that they're redoing the Wonder Years too. I'm like, how many shows are they going to redo? Like,
Oh, hey, speaking of the Wonder Years, are you caught up with This Is Us?
yes.
The father played his father.
Yes.
Notice that?
Mr. Arnold. Yeah.
Mr. Arnold. Yeah.
Yes,
I was like, hey, that's the dad. That's like quintessential dad right there.
that's right.
Fixing the pipes. That was, oh my
Right
gosh.
character.
Wasn't that that whole conversation between those two guys was foreshadowing, right?
Wait.
He was talking about the plumbing and the pressure and
Oh yeah, yeah.
what's gonna happen.
You mean, are they going to get divorced, or is someone having a heart attack?
Well, well, oh, you mean like when he was in bed, that whole foreshadowing, like, didn't we know? I guess it could be that they're either divorced or she dies. It's not, we don't
Yeah,
know any
we've
more
talked
detail
about
than
this.
that.
I honestly think she dies because they don't show her. Remember, she wasn't in the scene at that last scene that they had. No, that would suck though, wouldn't it? Like you're written into a show, and it's like, well, you're the heavy one. We're gonna kill you off because it's pretty likely. I don't know. It's
I think we're gonna have another season though, right? Because this is
Yeah.
gonna be the last episode this week, and there'll be another season. So
it was
maybe
funny.
that'll be the big.
My mom and I were writing to each other about it, and I was like, because my mother's like, don't like the mother, don't like Miguel. She's like, right.
I hate Miguel.
That's what she said. I hate Miguel. I don't really have an opinion of him, but I said I hate the mother too, and she's just corny. And Madison, totally corny. Hate her name as well. I mean, I'm like, the only one I like is Beth.
Beth and Randall are the best. I love Randall.
We're the only
Yeah,
ones I'm watching it for.
Yeah, I can't stand what Toby is that his what's the husband's name? Isn't that his name?
Toby, yeah. He's
Ugh,
over.
that name.
It's awful, that name.
But it doesn't matter. The show, I don't care what happens, what subject matter they're covering. I always cry at some point in the episode. They get me every time.
Yeah, yeah. It's true.
It doesn't matter if it's that time of the month or not. But just that something happens and
Yeah. I like the uncle, the one that was a hermit.
I do too. I love that story.
I like how he brings a puzzle to a bachelor party. I mean, I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, well, he's in recovery. He's like, listen, I'm here, but I'm not really.
You do what you can.
Do what we can. That's right. All right, Nicole. Let's sign off and reconvene next week,
Okay.
and we'll talk about how we kicked the beginning of the summer 2021 off.
Yes. I almost said Labor Day again, just like you did.
I know, me too.
Your Memorial Day weekend. We'll see.
All right.
Take care. Talk to you later.